Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out Tuch Nice. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Tuch Nice. It is patented, and we have a father and a son here, so this one should be very interesting. Shout out to, first of all, Ian from IDK Knife Reviews. He sent this one in for me to check out and share with you guys. So check him out here on YouTube. Give him a sub. Check him out on Instagram. Give him a follow. Super grateful for the opportunity to check this one out. And without further ado, let's get in here. Here we go. I have this knife and every other knife you see in this video linked down below so you guys can check it out. Tuch Nice, we cherish the artistry of craftsmanship and the unique bond that exists between fathers and sons. Founded by William Tuch in 2004 and enriched by his son Eric's passion since 2014, our journey has been a heartfelt collaboration rooted in love and dedication. Every knife we create reflects the experiences we've shared and the values we've instilled, representing not just tools but a legacy of craftsmanship that we hold dear. Love the background history right there. Absolutely got to give them credit for that. Valley Blade Works sticker right here, certificate of authenticity. Looking pretty dope right there. Signed 5/10/2025, aka March 10th of this year. And oh man, here's the knife, ladies and gentlemen. Is that what I think it is? That crazy micro milling going on there? Oh my goodness, guys. Let's get a closer look here, shall we? What in the world? I'm gonna say this right off the off the rip here. I'm already a huge fan, guys. Kind of gives you the 3D boxes sort of look to it, right? That is looking gorgeous. You have a gold pocket clip here to kind of accentuate. Also kind of goes well with the backspacer. There's a full gold backspacer there as well. Let's get the magnet of truth here, shall we? We got titanium. We got a titanium pocket clip, titanium scales. I think we do have a liner maybe on this side. Well, I'm only getting a little bit of pull here. Maybe it's from the hardware. But yeah, titanium handles. We do have pocket clip, and we do have a little bit of an Easter egg right here. That same father and son little logo right there on the little stress relief cutout on the outside. Of course, it's going to be a frame lock, but it's also going to be, it can be an automatic knife if I understand correctly. This one can be an auto, and it can also be a manual knife. So yeah, that's going to be interesting here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I can figure it all out without having to pull up a tutorial. But I think if you pull like this, there we go, we pull back. Oh man, that caught me off guard completely. Let's see, hold on, let me do that again. Ah, there's the click. Okay, so basically grabbing the handle here and pulling back like that. So you can see it's very clean. There's no buttons anywhere. Even the show side hides the pivot, right? You see the pivot on the other side, but you don't see it on the show side. So that's looking nice. And then I'm gonna do it again so you guys can catch it here. Pulling back on the scale here. Oh man, that is sick. All right, that is epic there, to say the least. Man, oh man. I think there's a way to turn this guy into a manual. Actually, I think you don't really have to do anything extra. By the way, some ball bearings, it feels like here, and then it's only about to this point where you feel the tension. All right, most automatic knives, you feel the tension all the way, but not on this one. I feel like you can deploy this one. Oh, you can. You absolutely can. I was just about to say, like, I'm pretty sure based on what I've seen about this knife, you can deploy it manually if you want to. And if you do deploy it manually, right, it works just like a manual knife. It has a detent, as you would expect, right? And you can manually deploy this guy. Oh man, that feels so good. So that is insane, guys. It works like a manual, right? I'm doing the reverse flick right here, right? I can also probably thumb deploy. There we go. I can do that as well. All right, reverse flick there all day. That's feeling good. And I could probably shake shutter. Well, a little bit of a shake shutter there on the return. But if at any moment's notice I want to use it like an auto, oh man. And check out the movement here a little bit closer, right? Now that it's open. I feel like there's maybe like a point in the middle here. So when this part moves back, this one also moves forward in the back. There you go. So that's that in action right there. And then closing this guy, right, again. This is all free right here. Only that tension at the very end. Click. But at any moment, deploy like a manual all day, every day. Oh my goodness, man. That is crazy. Crazy. I don't know why it took so long. Why did it take so long for people to figure this out? I have no idea. But this one obviously has a patent on it. I mean, I'm sure when you design something this cool, you're going to put a patent on it. So it is patented, right, for Tuch knives. And it just works so good. Now, I wish if there was only a slightly bigger version, that's about the only thing. And then I just wish there was just a tad bit more access to the opening hole, but I'm using the nail here, so that feels good there. And I'm deploying this guy here without any issues. Now that we got the dual deployment out of the way, which again is pretty epic on its own, let's check out the blade here, right? We have a very gorgeous looking blade there. We have the patent once again. Is that what that is? A little bit of billboarding there with the patent. We have a nice drop point blade with a flat grind. We do have CPM Magna Cut on this one, so it's looking good. Everyone's favorite premium steel these days. Now, I'm not sure what's going on here with the sharpening, why they didn't carry the sharpening all the way back. I'm sure it may have something to do with how the mechanism all works. That must mean at some point when you sharpen this knife, eventually you are going to be getting a smile there. That's just something to keep in mind, right? Just kind of showing you the under part right here. It gets a little bit thicker, and here's where the edge begins. I'm also noticing maybe a tad bit of rust. I'm not sure if this one was exposed to the elements at some point or not. All right, just an observation there. Lockup is going to be about not bad at all. Like what, maybe 5-10% or so. You guys be the judge there. We do have a steel insert for steel on steel contact. Check that out. And not necessarily a cutout for access to the lock bar, but it's nice and chamfered here. So you push it down into the left and you can disengage this guy all day. Yeah, that feels good. No issues there. Oh man, did you see how that blade closed? Do like that. Oh yeah. I want to tell you that I'm trying to record a video here and this thing is just too addicting. I feel like I'm getting carried away. I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip, right? This first curvature right here is going to guide your index finger. All other fingers follow suit, right? Definitely feels good there on hand, without a doubt, right? It's a little bit on the thicker side, which is good, right? For how slim the handle is. For some reason, I barely feel the pocket clip at all, which is shocking, right? It's there, right? If I squeeze really hard, I know it's there. I'm going to go with like a 9 out of 10, right? Yeah, that feels good. Feels solid, 9 out of 10 for this one, right? So especially if I squeeze really hard. But yeah, that's where you're going to be at pretty much. And the blade, even the edge, is a good distance from where your index finger is anyway. So that feels nice and secure there. Again, you can deploy this thing as an automatic and a manual at the same time. Yeah. Anyways, let's do a quick measurement here. Overall length coming in at 6.5 inches actually. So 6.5 inches on the overall length, 2.75 on the blade, 2.5 on the cutting path, and a 3.75 on the handle. Blade stock thickness on this one, 0.12 on the blade there. That's about right on par with the average 0.12 in the channel for blade thickness. We have a 0.53 on the handle, which is a little bit more than the 0.5 or ½ inch average in the handle. Then we have, let's see, get a quick weight on this bad boy. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel light. By the way, we do have just an ever so small amount of milling here on the inside. A little bit there, a little bit here on the front, nothing too crazy. Or maybe give you a better angle, there you go. But yeah, I mean, it still feels nice and premium with a good weight to it. I'm gonna go with somewhere between 3.5 and 4 ounces. Here we go. Not even close. 3 ounces, guys. On the dot, 3 ounces. Kind of makes sense now given the size. 85 grams. Definitely bamboozled me right there. Or 3 ounces on the dot right there. So yeah, definitely a good weight for EDC. No doubt about it. Not too light. Not too heavy. Right? Sign me up all day, every day. Now some quick rapid fire size comparisons here. By the way, also from Ian, right? Check out the Ohlone GOAT AXL V2. Check out the upload here on the channel if you haven't already. And also from Ian, right? These all came in at the same time. The videos for these are already uploaded. This is the Urban F5.5 with Circ and DLC. Check it out if you haven't already. These are awesome. And again, these are all linked down below if you guys are interested in checking out prices, availability, and variants. Next to a few of the typical ones here on the channel, there's your MSI from Microtech. Here is the Stitch. Here's the PM2, and here's the Para 3, right? So they're definitely a little bit on the shorter side. We said under 7 inches, 6.75, right? That's going to be a slightly smaller EDC, no doubt. Would love to see what a medium or even a large version of this guy looks like. So Tuch nice, if you're watching this video, definitely give that some consideration in case you aren't already doing that. There's a Demko AD 20.5. Here's the Kunwu Chad. Clearly those are going to be a little bit longer of knives, but this is my cup of tea right here. Monochromatic knives with some milling on the handle, titanium with some premium steel, right? That's my recipe right there. I absolutely love that kind of knives, and this one here is right up my alley, to say the least. Let's do some scientific cutting tests here, right? Let's see. We said this is Magna Cut, right? Feeling good, passing the scientific nail test. 5x zoom here for some extra drama. There we go. A little bit on that. A little bit of a tear on that last one. Let's do some full slices. Here we go. Now keep in mind, these have been seeing some use from Ian. This is not a factory edge in any way, shape, or form, so definitely could use a strap right about now. But yeah, still cutting the paper pretty good there. Got a single piece of cardboard cutting at a diagonal angle there for better performance. It's gonna look something like this. I gotta remember that the edge starts here. I keep thinking that the whole thing is an edge, but only right from this point forward is the actual edge. So something to keep in mind there. There we go. Also a little bit of a shorter blade. You may taper off at some point once you get to the belly portion. It is a flat grind. There we go. That's a clean cut there. Another clean cut. Switching it around for better grip. There we go. And one last one. There we go. Bam. All right, guys, rate that performance right there on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the sharpest, right? You'll let me know, I think. There we go. That thing is so addicting, I'll tell you that. I think you could use a strap right now, me personally, right? Good little touch up, if anything. You can tell, right? Ian has been putting this thing to good use. Well, there you guys have it. That is the Tuch Nice Klick, right? That's called the Klick by Bill and his son. Very, very interesting knife. It can work as an automatic like this, which is crazy, right? The actual trigger is right here. Something also very unique. Handle triggers. I think Prince Customs is one of the other brand I've seen this from, but not a lot of knives or brands do that. And very interesting on the return. The spring is only about right here. So you click, and you don't even have to switch anything or touch any buttons. So you can just deploy as a manual knife. It has a detent, right? And you just work it like a frame lock both ways. And it actually does a great job that way as well. So it works like a manual knife and also like an automatic knife. So it's kind of like you get a 2-for-1, right? If the cup says, "Sir, you got an automatic knife." No, sir, it's manual. Trust me, right? But yeah, absolutely very cool, right? If you like both manual and automatic knives, I feel like this one's going to be right up your alley, no doubt about it. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. What do you all like about it? What do you all love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Again, shout out to Ian from IDK Knife Reviews. Check him out here on YouTube and on Instagram. Give him a sub, give him a follow, show him some support. I'm absolutely grateful for the opportunity to check this one out. And also the Ohlone GOAT XL. Check out that video to the left. Or the Urban F5.5 over here to the right. All of these are super sweet. He was asking me, "Miguel, which one is your favorite out of the three?" And the answer is, I have no idea. I got to carry them and kind of figure that out, because right now all three of them are pulling at my strings in so many different ways. It's insane. They each have something very nice, awesome going on. I really like the sauce, the recipe. These are absolute bangers through and through. So thank you, Ian. Once again, guys, check out his stuff. Links for all these knives down below in the description and pinned comments if you guys want to check them out. Those help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.